Hello, Theo traders. Today is the 21st of May, 2024, and this is Gianni DePoce. I want to look at some charts with you today, starting off with the NASDAQ that just rallied to a new all-time high. I've been bullish for quite a few weeks now, and even with that downturn that we had in April, ever since we took out that potential lower high at the end of April, I've really been pounding the table on the bullish nature of this stock market. And the new all-time highs vindicate my thesis because, as a rule, any market that is making a new high is bullish from a simple trend following standpoint. When you observe higher highs and higher lows, the trend is your friend, of course, until the trend ends. And from a cyclical standpoint, we look to be on course to continue higher into the summer. Once we get closer to the third quarter, we'll see. But for now, we're seeing all the right things that we need to see in order to confirm this bull market. You're seeing the NASDAQ outperformed the S&P, made a new all-time high last week. Still has not done so this week, but I would expect that pretty shortly. And then, of course, if you take a look at the Dow Jones Cash Index, that made a new all-time high yesterday, while Dow futures still have not done so. So I need to see new all-time highs across the board. I'm especially watching the Russell 2000 here because we've coiled up nicely into this ascending triangle formation. And if this clears, we could actually have a scenario where the Russell makes a run and tests its former all-time high. I don't know if it'll make a new all-time high in this cycle, but I think it'll test it sooner rather than later. And so just to pivot back to the S&P 500 real quick, my upside target does remain in the $5,800, $6,000 area. But if and when we hit that target, I would look for that to potentially lead to the completion of a high of significance. I do want to jump over to the cryptocurrency space because we saw some big moves over the last couple of days, most notably in Ethereum, which we'll look at in a second. But taking a look at Bitcoin here first, you can see that we are close to testing the all-time highs. I like how this price pattern has evolved from what appeared to be a rounding top formation into a descending price channel. And it's important to remember that price patterns can evolve. Once you identify a pattern, you cannot marry that identification. You have to stay flexible, stay mutable, and adapt to the price data that continues to come in on a second by second and day by day basis. So I don't see Bitcoin as in a rounding top formation anymore. To me, it looks like a descending price channel, which is a continuation pattern. Ethereum obviously exploding higher off reports that the SEC may finally approve some spot ETFs. This is looking good. We've had positions in MicroStrategy and in Coinbase. We did get whipsawed out of Coinbase last week, but we got back in. And I've still been pretty constructive on Robinhood, which is kind of a nice hybrid between TradFi and NewFi, I guess if you want to call it, with the whole crypto stuff. But when you zoom out on Robinhood here, I think that tells the bigger story, how you have been basically consolidating above resistance of this huge rounding bottom formation. And I have a target of $30 per share here on Robinhood. And I like what's going on here as we just rallied to our highest level today, going back to December of 2021. So that is hardly a bearish development. I want to take a look at precious metals since we've seen some notable moves on that front as well. Gold hit another new all-time high. That is bullish price action. However, I would caution viewers and members with respect to chasing this move at this point in time. I think the move's a little extended. I'm still bullish, but I'm talking near term. We could see a high of significance form, and I don't expect the decline to be that vicious, but maybe a multi-week decline. Look for a higher low. Silver finally breaking out of this base, getting close to our upside target that we had for this year of $34 to $36 per ounce. We're only about $1.25 away from the lower bound of that target, but we're seeing some sustained good moves. We've been talking about Anglo Gold Ashanti for quite some time. If you've been watching these videos, and Agnico Eagle Mines, those continue to be very strong and are still categorized as back up the truck trades by me. My other back up the truck trade just hit a new multi-year high today as well, and that's Camco Corporation. That's looking pretty good. We've been seeing some selling pressure from the new multi-year high this morning, but I don't think it really changes the trajectory of this stock. But to kind of zoom in on what's been happening underneath the surface of this equity market rally. You know, the strongest sector going back to the start of Q4 has been financials. We're about to have the market close in just a moment here, by the way. Financials. And you've seen strength in names like JP Morgan, which, by the way, word is that Jamie Dimon's thinking about stepping down and retiring from his position as CEO. But we've had bullish positions on Goldman Sachs and Wells Fargo for quite some time. But if you look at the second strongest performing sector going back to the start of Q4, and it may even be challenging financials at this point for the top performing sector since the start of Q4, has been utilities. Now, of all the bullish things happening underneath the surface of the market with, regard to technology, XLK, you can see here, XLK just hit a new all-time high. That's good. But utilities outperforming, that is a cautionary signal. Okay. You don't want to see utilities being a leader in any healthy bull market. And this may be partially attributed to the strength and the power of this rally that we've seen in natural gas. In fact, we took on a swing long trade in the TheoTRADE chat room at the end of April in UNG, the natural gas ETF, and we're up over like 30% on that. It's been a good trade so far. We've tightened up our stop losses, and I think it could still go higher. But utilities are definitely a yellow flag, a cautionary signal, if you will, in terms of the health of this bull market. But that being said, I'm still seeing nice potential breaks from big bases, CrowdStrike coiled into an ascending triangle. This looks like it wants to move back higher. I still have my original position in App11, and this continues to digest its gains very nicely. And to me, it's looking very strong. But I think what we need to pay attention to over the next day or so, the most, are the earnings for NVIDIA. Market moving stock, no doubt about it. I do have an upside target in NVIDIA in the $1,200 area. I wouldn't be surprised if earnings came in good. I like the price pattern. I like the technicals. To me, it looks strong. Apple continues to do well and continues to see its bid. And then you have Tesla, of course, trying to trying to create a really bullish or convincing case that it is complete with its bear trend and is trying to reestablish a bull trend. So that's everything that I wanted to share with you today. Of course, we have updates on a daily basis in the TheoTRADE chat room, and I hope to see you in there. Thanks for watching.